Do you feel that magical scent too? July in the garden is the time when your hard work finally starts paying off with the most delicious produce. But how do you know if that cucumber is ready, or if that potato needs to stay in the ground a bit longer? Making a mistake by just a day or two can cost you flavour, juiciness, and even impact your future harvest. Today, we'll break down the top 5 vegetables that are ready for harvest in July. And I won't just list them. I'll show you how and when to harvest them correctly to get the most flavour and benefit. I promise, after this video, you'll look at your garden completely differently. Summer is in full swing, the soil is warm from the sun, and plants are producing at their peak. This is when the real gardener's season begins. But it's not hard labour. It's more like a pleasant treasure hunt. The key to this hunt is knowing where to look and when to stop. Because timely harvesting isn't just about picking vegetables. It's the key to healthy plants and abundant future harvests. Let's start with the king of summer salads. Our first star today is the crisp, juicy, fragrant cucumber. You'd think picking them would be simple, right? But this is exactly where many home gardeners make their biggest mistake. They wait for the cucumbers to grow larger, and that is completely wrong. The golden rule of cucumber picking: don't go for size. Forget about those giant yellow torpedoes that are only good for saving seeds. Our ideal is a young, firm, green cucumber. For slicing varieties, that's about 10 to 15 centimetres, and for pickling types, the bumpy ones, even smaller, 8 to 10 centimetres. The perfect cucumber should feel firm to the touch. So, how do you know when a cucumber is ready to pick? Look at its colour. It should be a rich, even green. Any hint of yellow is a sure sign you've waited too long, and it's already starting to lose flavour. The skin should feel firm, but not tough. And if there's still a withered blossom attached to the tip, pick it immediately. That's a 100% guarantee of freshness. And here's another crucial point. Picking cucumbers is really a daily ritual. In warm weather, they grow incredibly fast. Miss just one day and that perfect little cucumber has likely turned into an overgrown monster with tough seeds. By harvesting regularly, you're essentially telling the plant, keep working, keep setting new fruit. If you leave even one overripe yellow cucumber on the vine, the plant figures its mission is accomplished and will stop producing. So, be diligent and pick carefully, preferably using scissors or small pruning snips to avoid damaging the delicate vine. Let's move on to a close relative of the cucumber, zucchini. The same golden rule applies here. Youth is the key to incredible flavour. If you still think a good zucchini is a huge, heavy club you could use for self-defence, get ready, because I'm about to shatter that myth. The ideal zucchini for eating is a fruit no more than 15 to 20 centimetres long. Its skin should be thin, glossy and tender. So tender, you don't even need to peel it. The flesh is dense and solid, without any gaps or huge, tough seeds. These young fruits are perfect for grilling, salads and quick sautéing. They are juicy and slightly sweet. So why do many people still grow giant ones? They used to leave them on the plant to grow large for winter storage, because the thick skin helped them keep longer. But we want to get the maximum harvest now, right? Here's the main secret about zucchini. The more often you harvest it, the more it produces. By leaving a huge fruit on the plant, you're telling it, okay, reproduction complete, time to rest. The plant stops producing female flowers and setting new fruits. But by regularly harvesting the young zucchini, you're actually encouraging it to keep producing non-stop, turning it into a real harvest factory. Check your plants every 2 or 3 days and carefully cut the fruit with a sharp knife, leaving a small bit of stem attached. And now, let's really dig into this. Literally. Our next focus is hiding right beneath our feet. Young potatoes. Ah, that incredible taste and aroma of boiled young potatoes with dill and butter. There's truly nothing like it. But how can you tell if the tubers are ready without pointlessly digging up your entire patch? Your main indicator is the potato plant's flowering. Think of it like a traffic light. As soon as you see the plants start to flower, you know the first tender tubers are already forming underground. But hold your horses. Don't grab the shovel just yet. The peak time is usually 2 to 3 weeks after the initial flowering. By this point, most of the blossoms will have fallen off. That's your green light. There's no need to dig up the entire plant. That wouldn't be very smart, as the rest of the tubers are still busy growing. Instead, here's what you do. Choose the strongest, healthiest looking plant. Gently loosen the soil on one side, perhaps even using your hands to carefully feel around. You'll feel the first potatoes forming, roughly the size of a quail or chicken egg, and those are exactly what you're looking for. Their skin will be incredibly thin, so thin you can rub it right off with your finger. Harvest a few of the largest tubers you find, leaving the rest to continue maturing, and make sure to carefully backfill the soil around the plant. This potato pruning method lets you enjoy delicious young potatoes as early as July without jeopardizing your main harvest later in the fall. Now let's turn our attention to one of the most fragrant residents of our garden patch, garlic. Specifically, winter garlic, the kind we planted back in the fall. July is usually the time, and getting the timing right is absolutely crucial. Harvest too early and your heads will be small and won't store properly. Wait even just a week too long and you risk the heads starting to break apart right there in the soil. So how do you find that perfect window? The garlic plant itself gives you clear signals. Forget the calendar. Pay attention to the plant. First, if you left the scapes on, watch them. When the casing around the little bulbils at the top of the scape starts to crack, that's an early indicator. But the most reliable indicator is the lower leaves. You need to keep a close eye on them. As soon as 2, or ideally 3, of the lowest leaves have completely yellowed and fallen flat to the ground, that's your signal. It's time. This means the plant has stopped actively growing and is sending all its energy from the leaves into the developing bulb. The bulb has reached its maximum size and is ready to be harvested. Crucially, do not wait for the entire stem to turn yellow. If you miss this key moment, the papery outer skins that hold the bulb together will start to disintegrate. When you dig it up, the bulb will likely fall apart into individual cloves, and this kind of garlic won't store well long term. It's best to harvest in dry soil conditions. Use a garden fork to gently loosen the soil around the bulb and lift it carefully from the base, being sure not to damage the bottom. And closing out our lineup is a true champion of speed and productivity. Green beans, also known as snap beans or string beans. They're an absolute treasure for any garden. Not only are they delicious and healthy, but they can produce a continuous harvest, yielding fresh pods in waves. However, there's one simple secret to keeping them producing non-stop. The secret? Regularity. The more frequently you pick the young pods, the more the plant will produce. Just like cucumbers and zucchini, bean plants are very responsive to harvesting. By picking a pod, you encourage the plant to form new flowers and set even more pods. If you let the pods ripen and get old on the bush, the bean plant will think its job of creating seeds is done and will simply stop producing. So how do you know when a pod is ready? It should be young, tender, and juicy. Pay less attention to length and more to how plump it is. The pod should feel firm but still relatively flat, and the beans inside should only just be starting to form. You shouldn't see large, bulging seeds yet. The most reliable test is the snap test. Take a pod and bend it. If it snaps crisply and breaks cleanly, it's in perfect condition. If it just bends limply, like rubber, you're too late. It's already tough and stringy. Inspect your bean plants diligently every 2 to 3 days. Making harvesting a regular habit will turn it into a quick and pleasant task, and you'll enjoy this healthy and delicious addition to your table all summer long. But here's the core secret that unites all these vegetables. It's more than just a set of rules. It's a whole philosophy. Timely harvesting is your dialogue with the plant. When you pick a young cucumber, zucchini, or bean, you send the plant a signal. Everything is safe. You can keep fruiting, keep making more. The plant responds by pouring all its energy into setting new fruit. You're not just collecting produce, you're essentially making the plant work for you with renewed vigour. It's a different story with root vegetables and bulbs like potatoes and garlic. Here, you're catching the peak of maturity. You harvest the crop at the precise moment it has accumulated maximum flavour and nutrients, but hasn't yet started preparing for dormancy or decline. Essentially, you're not just gathering your harvest, you're managing the plant's life cycle, directing its energy exactly where you need it. And that, perhaps, is the most amazing aspect of gardening. So, by knowing these simple yet crucial secrets, you can truly gather a bountiful and delicious harvest in July. The main thing is to be attentive to your plants. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. If you found it helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future episodes. Now, a question for you. What's your favourite vegetable from the July harvest? And maybe you have a secret harvesting tip of your own. Be sure to share your experience in the comments. Let's share our gardening wisdom.